everyone, here I am back and we're going to start designing this area. So let's have a look. Currently I've got a few things on me. And I've just got these hedge standees, and which I really like using at the moment, and these grass standees and this flower bed. I just want to check whose house is this. Oh, it's Lolly's house. So let's see. I'm not happy with this part of this path that's gone like this, but we'll go with it and see what we can put here. I'm not sure about this. We can't because my pockets are full. Okay, let's start creating. I wouldn't actually mind a little space here, like to have. It's the fencing, because normally I have stone fencing, so I'm not sure whether I should incorporate that here, and then build from that stone fencing. Right. I know what I do need. I need a shovel. So I'm going to go back here for my shed that's here. Put something away. I definitely do need my shovel. Pink today, I think. Let's go back. And see what we have here. Start with some codes on that floor. I really love this code where it just looks like that the leaves have just dropped on the floor. I really love that code because it's not too much in your face, but it's also it's not subtle because it's quite a big arrangement. And I got this code yesterday with a little puddle with some leaves. I really like it, but I'm not sure if it's going to go there or not. And I really think that we need to get that stone path, because I'm not going to be able to do anything without that stone path in place. Not stone path, stone wall. The great thing about this in your storage is that even though I've got 50 of each of these fences, they only take up one spot, which is really good. So you can craft any of these and they still just take up one spot, so I just have loads stored away so that when I'm designing, I can just take them out. Okay, let's build this here. Do I want to put anything underneath it? I actually might want to do that, so let's put that away. Now you understand why it takes so long for me to design just a small area, because it just takes me so long, because I'm quite contrary, so I'll put something down and then I'll decide not to use it. Now this stone code is quite large, but it will soon be covered up, so I needed it like that, so it just has that effect. So I quite like that, because even though it wouldn't have looked right there by itself, with the stone wall on top of it, it gives it a bit more texture. So now that I have that, it kind of seals that area, so I know how much I've got to play with and how much, what I want to do in that area. I still haven't got any clues what I want to do in that area, but it's getting a little bit better. Now, do I want to come down from my house down this way? Do I want to go this way, or should I do another path to come down in this way? And that's quite a narrow gap there. I don't like that wheat there, because I could put something else there. I know what would go really well there, another one of those tree standees, because I definitely won't be able to put another tree here to hide what's on that higher floor. So having a tree standee, I would be able to put that right back there, or even on that side, so it kind of hides it a little bit. Let's go and see. Sometimes though the tree standees or the hedge standees look a bit false, so you can see that here. I put one here. Let's borrow that for a moment. And I just have to remember to replace it, because it looked okay there, but as long as you can hide it, you've now got to find it. Oh, there you go. Sometimes it goes all the way back, sometimes it doesn't, and that's as far as that's going to go. But I quite like it. But again, it doesn't give me much room here. I may have to bring this all a little bit more forward, so that I can put a bush in front of that to hide that tree stand, because it really does not give me enough space to kind of shimmer through. But I do like it there. Right, let's get rid of this. Let's try. And that means I've got to get an apple. Let's put this over here. To give me some more room in my inventory. Okay, and then I'm going to move this forward by 1. Actually, I really like, because I'm in autumn, the pink azalea bush looks much better. It's got that, looks like it's browning, so it's not got that sharp green. Now I may be able to leave that tree there now, and let's put that have to leave it like that. That looks a lot better doing it that way. That does not go with that bit. So I tell you what would go with that is the design that we had before, which was the, oh, I've just got this new design too, which I haven't used yet. Yeah, that looks really good, but not there. Oh, didn't mean to do that. That was because Lolly came out of her house and I wasn't expecting her to come out. Hello, Lolly. See, perfect view looking over the stone wall. And I need to decorate that bit for you as well because you're obviously going to use that. Okay, let's I did say that I wanted to put something there, so I could put a flower there, a tall flower, which that might work, so it hides a bit of, yeah, I like that, because then we could put a little pathway down here, the dirt path I think, and we can, yeah, I quite like that. We won't be able to use that though there, I don't think, but I do like that code. We'll do a little bit of a dirt path there. And what my favourite thing at the moment using are these topiary bushes, and I've gone to Halves Island and I got some I've got some in the autumn, you know, the browning stage instead of the green. Yeah, that looks a lot better. I really like that. And I love that Lolly's sitting there. So that means it's a good idea, by the way. If you start creating an area, it's great to have them coming out of the houses and using the space, because they're more than likely to keep using the same, where they sit, where they roam, will be probably the same areas that they tend to use. So that's quite useful for me, because if I put a seat there or something, you know, like a table there, here Lolly, she's going to use that space. So when you're designing, try and wait until you find out their movements, because it really does help you when you want them to use certain things. That's what I find anyway, when you're trying to design a certain villager area. Right, let's see what else we can do. Okay, so we can, so instead of having that table over there, we could put it over here for Lolly. I'd have to find something else to put there, but I'm not entirely sure if that will go well there, that particular table. So it's all about filling it now, this area. We started off with, it was quite bare, but just moving that forward and putting some flowers down, it really just changes an area. It doesn't take much to like spruce it up. What can we put here? Now I quite like the idea for Lolly, like a swing bench that could go there, because I know she's going to sit here, or I could put that bit there. Actually, I like that idea quite a lot. So the only problem that I've got about those swing benches is that you can't add anything to it. It's, you know, it'd be really lovely if that could have a cushion on it, and it looked a bit more comfy than just the wooden bench. Let's have a look what we have. you'll notice in my inventory that I've got mainly things that are white, brown or yellow. That's mainly it for me. I don't want Jess to put a Zen cushion or a cushion there. I don't want to put a full bench there. Oh, I have got one, a swinging bench, so I think I'll use that. I think it will really go nicely just here. I have a garden bench. Swing bench. Oh, I like it there. I think that goes really well. But what I'm going to need to do is I want to put a nice cozy code underneath. It doesn't really need it, to be honest. But I'm going to try it. So decisions, because it's a dark wood. I don't want a stone. And I didn't really... I'm definitely going to get rid of this, but I love it. I'll give you the code for it when I come back, but I really do love the texture in this, and it looks really good on the ground. But there's only so many codes that I can have, because really, ideally, I do need another little picnic. Now, I wonder what would go better. Let's try this. Actually, that looks really good. Let's try this here. It also looks very Able Sisters as well, doesn't it? It looks like you could use that for Able Sisters. It may be too big. What I'm looking for is, or over, too bold for this area. That's what I'm trying to say. But it goes well with the roof, and goes perfect with the roof and the style of the house. I wish it would swing as well, but we can't have everything in Animal Crossing. But yeah, I like that a lot there. So we need, I want for Lolly to be able to look out into the ocean every day, because that's what she came up to do here. So if I block this off with a flower, etc., it's going to stop her from being able to get over to that point. But then I also need something there. So let's try placing a flower there. Yeah, that's going to cover that a lot. And what I need, have I got? We've got a hyacinth, but that colour of that hyacinth is quite white. And if I use a mum, it might be too wide to use in that area. Yeah, I can still get up there, but it really does. So let's try what about tulip? unless I move it up a bit. That tulip actually goes quite well here because I think it matches the tiling. And what I'm going to get is definitely going to get one of those triangular topiary bushes, which is here. But if I'm just borrowing it again. This is what I do. I end up borrowing from a different area and then I've got to go back and replace the area, but it's there now. So there we go. The triangular topiary is one of my favourite items at the moment. So you can see that tulip peeping through. So when you come across here, yeah, I'm liking that at the moment. Okay, so we need a few more codes and we need to make this not look so, well, there's just open ground there at the moment, so we need to make sure that it looks a bit lived in. So on here, I think I'm going to place my duck. What duck have I got there? Perfect colouring. And he fits so well on that puddle. So we just need to figure out if we want him that way, this way. I think that way actually looks really good. So as we're coming over here, we can see, now that looks totally different, doesn't it? That design code with that puddle. It looked really in your face before, but now with the duck on there, it looks really good. I really like that. So we have the duck. We need a couple more bits just to fill in these places. Now I can put a another flower here. But is it going to be too much? No, I'm still liking that because you're going to come in from this direction, that way. Yep, I'm still liking that. So I'm now going to need to put another design code because otherwise all the flowers just keep growing. So we could have some more of that stone so it looks like it's coming out from under. Let's try that first. Let's have a look. No, I don't like that. So then we're going to try something else. Let's have a look. I really like this ivy tile as well. That looks really great. But I don't think I should be using that there because there's not enough trees to use that. We could use the stump, or we could use a little stone, or we could use some flowers. Let's try this flower because I really love this flower design. Because we've got to be careful because the tiles are they're so vibrant that you've got to be careful what you place next to it. So I don't think that goes, so I'm going to try something else, something more earthy, or I think let's try this. No, it's just too much next to that tile. Right, let's try here, and then we'll try and get it a bit organised. So we could use the let's have a look. We could use the leaves there because that could have fallen down from that tree. And maybe with the amount of time that hopefully Lolly's going to be using the swing, we could use a bit of the dirt path, because it will look like she's been trying to get up. I think that's too much too. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So we've started filling out this area. We still need to continue to fill that out. So we have we could actually put another bush here, but if we do that, it will kind of stop Lolly from using that space, so I don't really want to do that. So I'm in a little, I could quite easily put another bush here, and then but it would stop her using that space, which I don't want to. So we're going to experiment here. So we've got all of this space here, and I definitely do not want those weeks there. Now I've changed my mind. I just filled it out because I just didn't know what I wanted around this area. So what have we got? We've got another duck, a garden bench, which we don't need. We've got another bunny, which I really like using the bunny. I really love using the clothesline, so I might use the clothesline over here a little bit, because I like the fact that you can customize these, and I've made it green, so in the wind you should be able to see it floating around. I'll push it right back because I don't want to make a big statement of it. You'll be able to see it when you come over the bridge. So, and normally when I do my clothesline, it's going to be warm, that area, so I do like putting a little bit of a stone path-ish look to it. I don't know if it's going to work though, because I normally do it underneath, and then it looks like yeah, I don't like that. It's a really tricky place as well. Let's pick that back up. Let's do it again. I may use the same one because you're not going to really see it. No one's going to see it there. Push it back. That's it. And it looks like that it's a bit of a warm area there, or it was meant to be. The clothesline was meant to be there. Okay, so, and when you put these hedge standees in and you put something at the front, it goes really well. I really love that there because it just fits in. And I've put some at the back there, can you see, so that the same design is like going all the way through that area. So when you come up to Lolly's house, you're going to experience the same colours, the same textures, so that it all just fits really well together. I think those colours there look really nice together. So here, now what are we going to put here? So we can put something here, and we can also, let's put something on the floor. I love this design, this rake design, and then putting the pole on top of it. It really looks like it's a rake. I really love it. And this one that I just found too, with the with the poppies on. It looks so beautiful. I'll show you that area in a minute that I've done. I just got this design code last night, so I was playing around with it. I'm not sure I can use it on my island, but again, it's just something else that I'd love. And I had a different design codes there that I put underneath my gazebo, and now there's all water underneath my gazebo and it clearly doesn't go, but I'll show you that. So what am I going to put here? Maybe this ivy might go here. Oh, it does. I might put some more ivy there. And then we can see what we can put here. I'll only use one at the moment, and then let's have a look. What else have I got? I've got the outdoor kitchen. Now it would be really nice if Lolly had some green pumpkins that she was growing there, just a couple. So we could actually put a couple here, or we could make this bit into her little vegetable garden at the end. But we need something there. So we've got a flower bed, which is in the dark. We've got a wheat field. We've got this lovely ruined seat that I love using. So let's have a look at this. The ruined seat should be over. I'll try and put it over by the water. Now that ruined seat, I don't know if that will go well here. The only problem with it, I found when I'm using the ruined seat, it looks like, if that had been just, I like the size of it, it's a perfect size, but it takes quite a lot of space around it, can you see? So, and I think that's because it's called the ruined seat, so you should be able to sit on it, so that means it needs a little bit more space around it. And that would be ideal there if I could have pushed that right up next to that duck. But because I can't, it looks like a bit of an odd feature. But we could put that here, if we can find it again. Aha, it went up the top here. If I can push it in, but no, it won't even go there. So that, which is slightly disappointing for me, because if we could have pushed that, see here, it looks fine, the ruined seat, but because it just fits well in that corner, and we could use that design to put another duck there. So let's do that other water puddle. We get rid of this one here, and we're going to put another duck here, but it's a different colour. I knew that was going to do that before I even did it, so I don't understand why I still continued going through with the placement. Oh, it went on top of the, oh, that does look good though, doesn't it? I may have to leave that there because that actually looks really good. Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, so we need now something else. We need something here to fill up this space, and we need to, I'm going to get rid of that because I'm going to put a path there in a minute to go up through there. So let's go back to my house. I'm going to show you around my house here. So I've made this, it's all, my island was based originally, I changed the name of it as soon as the new update with all the brand new items came, and I was just, you know, taken aback with, we've actually got vehicles, we've got boats, and they are so well done. I mean, these boats are just so well done, and who wouldn't want to use them? So that's why I changed the name of my island to Autumn Bay, because I thought I'd love to be able to have a little boat workshop and a little area. So I've made this area for my boat workshop so that I can go sailing whenever I want to go out. And maybe that's my job. That's what I do. I fish, live off the land, and I do uphold boats and make some money out of it. Not a lot by the looks of it, because it's a bit run down, as you can see. But I am not sure about this on this area here. It either needs the darker one to go behind it, or to scrap it all together. But I'll go back and I will tinker around with it and see if I can improve it. I love the way that these bus stops look like an old shed when they're closed together, so I really love that area. So then I'll be, and of course I've got a moped, wouldn't be able to drive it to save my life, but it looks really cool, and I love the colours. The cream and the brown goes really well together. So then we've got this area that we can walk up. It's very vibrant with the flower codes that I've got, but I also wanted it to look a bit run down. You know, I like the fact that you know that you're going somewhere that is, you know, probably not the best, because I just didn't want my house to look the best. Not, you know, I wanted it to look like that's what I did for a living, is repair boats. So I'm not going to have much money, but I enjoy living off the land. So here we go up to this area. Now this path, even though I love it to pieces, I love it because I think it looks like the Disney Dreamlight Valley, with the border. I think it's just slightly out of place, but I do love it. Because I haven't seen a path that I could use that's got like this stone edging border, and because I wanted to use the stone walls mainly as my main walls, it fits really well. So we've got this area here which we are designing. Excuse the plants that I've got just hanging about on the beach. And then I created this area, and I think this is this house is Dobby's house. Lolly, you're supposed to be back at your house. You don't live here. And we created this area because I saw this design, and I can't remember which designer used this, but in the middle they had some flowers just running all the way through it, blue and white flowers, and then they had a villager house that had a blue and white roof, and it looked absolutely stunning. I was just totally blown away by the design, and it was just done in exactly the same way that I've recreated it here on this island. But I didn't want to blatantly copy it. I wanted to add my own swing on it, and because I was using the colours of the dark brown from Dobby's house, the only things that I could find was this. So, and then I found this beautiful carpet rug design, picnic blanket I should say, and the colours, I wasn't going to use any other colours than white and black, but because of the colours of the picnic blanket, the shopping basket, I just thought this all really goes well together. I must use it. And then I made this little farm area here, which originally was just going to be a wheat field, but there wasn't enough space for that. So I just changed it into a little farm. And I really wanted a little flower patch. Now originally I had a beautiful vintage path that went along, but I just don't have enough slots. 100 slots are not enough for design codes, especially when you want to put in so much detail. And I had to erase another design path, and I will have to remove that log design path. This is Marshall's area. Marshall's my favourite character in the game, so I wanted to place him right at the beginning. I made this area. Again, I saw this on an island tour somebody had made, and I just loved the idea of this. And I added a little pram at the side, so it's in the shade, and I added a few details of myself to recreate this area. But this idea was great. It's such a good small space filler, and especially to the side of a villager home. Then we made this little area so Marshall could hang out his washing, and it really fills up this space using the wheat fields, but in a different colour, so it looks like marshland. And then from out of nowhere, I designed this yesterday. But if you look at the way that I've used the dirt path, you can see that it goes really well. The more codes you have on that flooring, the more it looks like it's been walked on, the more, you can separate the flowers, and it really fills in that area. I mean, nearly every single space. This space hasn't been used. This space behind here hasn't been used. But every single slot has something decorated on it. And that's what makes the interest, really, because I really struggled with this area. I thought, what am I going to put? Am I going to put, make a little, bakery slot there? But I still wanted this area in particular to kind of look more like countryside. So, and I think I've managed to do it. And then we pop over into this area, and this still needs a little bit of work. Now you may notice I've got money trees, but that's the way that I get my money. So I put money trees there, and then I will shake this off before I actually do the final island tour. And this area, I finally managed to get my wheat field in. And when I originally started designing this area, I completely filled it with wheat fields, and it didn't look right. There was too much wheat in that field, so I wanted to break it up. And before, I've used these Aries rocking standees, and they really do look like sheep, so I really love using them in my design, especially if you've got a farm. They look really authentic, so I do love using these. And I really love the track that the tractor track. That's really hard to say. And then right the way up the end of my island, it's a long walk, by the way, I've got the campsite. And as soon as I knew that I had the peninsula, this bit doesn't feel right, but I was in love with this Christmassy water urn. I love the colouring, the tartan on it. It looks, it's one of my favourite items. So I wanted to fit it somewhere on this island, because the tree colouring here is opting for the red and the dark oranges, so it does kind of go well. And then this outdoor cooking camp stove, I couldn't believe it, because I've only used the yellow or the white, And I didn't realise that, you know, look at the gingham on here and the little jar underneath. I mean, it just fits in, because I try and fit in the yellow and the red banner that goes behind the campsite. And it's quite difficult at times to try and fit all these colours in. So I got the little mush log at the end, and the whites, and I put, you know, I've tried to incorporate it so that the colours all like mix well together. But that just goes really well. I really love the sweet little basket underneath there, and it looks like a pot of jam. It just looks so lovely. And then I thought, well, with the campsite, you're going to get a yacht. You know, we've got lots of yachts to use, and the festival banners go really well alongside it all there. I've just got to decorate, obviously, this lovely big space at the end so that it continues with the theme of the campsite. Lots of people use the other camping tents that came with the update, but I don't want to. I think it's quite busy, this area, as it is. I think it looks, you know, quite niche as it is. So if I were going to add more, it would get very busy and kind of take away from this central part that I wanted to create. So we're going to come back, and then I'm going to start showing you the messy part of the island. That I created, and then I've destroyed, and then I've remade. But that's what, you know, creating on your island is all about. You could make something, but you're not absolutely stuck with it. You can change it. It's a bit different for me because I stream my videos, and I'm trying to build it up as I go along. So if I start wrecking it and then recreating on it, you know, you've streamed something, and then you're going to, you know, change it. So as you can see, I've changed the coding, and there's a water under the gazebo. Even though it looks very pretty, I want to change that again. So if we come up this way, this was Winnie's house that I created, and I really like that sunken look. Again, this wasn't my idea. This was something that I saw on an island tour, and I put my own kind of stamp on it. So I really loved the idea, and I just put my own items in it instead of using the items that that person had used. Because this is what streams are about. If you see an island tour, you're going to get inspiration, and that's what I get. I get inspiration, and then I come back, and then I change it in some way and use my own items, and then and also we've all got, so I know nearly everybody's islands are different, but we're all going to come across where we do something the same way at some time or other. So this is my museum. Now, this is not like me. Usually I hide the museum at the back of one of my islands, but I've made a real statement area this time, and it's very different. And then we come at the back here. This is where I've used the poppy signpost there, and I think it's just so cute and dainty, isn't it? And then I filled up this wooded area. So as I've said in one of my past streams, this area is like, you've got the museum, it's really stately, it's very you know, you've got those heavy stone bricks there, and then it leads out into this lovely wooded area which I've created right next to the museum, and I think it flows really well. I really worked on this area yesterday to kind of bring it, you know, added lots more flowers, probably too many flowers here right at the front. There's probably too many right here. I might have to take a couple out, but the outcome I'm really enjoying, because I wanted a little bit of open space, and you can really just run through those fields, that little wooded area. And then this is Coco's area. Now I do love this path, and it can create some really 3D texture on your island. That's why I love that path so. But I have to make a decision. Am I going to use the water, or am I going to use this log path? And does it really fit in on this island? That's what I've got to think about, so before I erase it. And then from Coco's area, even though it's a short space from the wooded area, I've continued that flow. So it's got it on either side. So this needs something in it, because otherwise it's just going to be a wooded area, which isn't bad. And here we have, I think it's Elise's house, because she's just come there. Now, she was an autofill. She's not really someone that I wanted on my island, but she's very busy. She loves watering plants. She kind of fits, but she doesn't fit also. But her house fits in, the design of her house fits well here. So we've got to do this area and fill it in. And we've got the messy part of my island, which I'm going to show you. So we've got this area to fill up still, which is by Winnie's house. And this is all of Winnie's house. And then we have the Able sisters here that I really want to create. I always find this the most difficult. It's Able sisters, and obviously then it's the Nook shop. And I've put this right at the back, right by the camping site here. And this is a really big area for me to have to fill. I've put, I think that's Gonzo's house up there. I haven't got my ladder, so I can't get up there. And I've created that space right next to the campsite. So it's a really big area that we've got to fill in. But the actual part by his house is quite small. So, yeah, we've got to recreate that. And we've got this area which was by Coco's, which I really love the landscaping there, with the backward waterfall back there. So yeah, we've still got some parts that we need to complete. Now originally I built this as a viewpoint so that you'd come up it with some steps and then you'd go back down it. So I'm not sure if I'm keeping that yet, or whether I'm just going to keep it to like a 2-tier floor. Yeah, and that's basically what my island looks like so far. So you've got a mini tour. There's Maggie down there. As I said, I'm not sure about this at the moment. May change that. So let's get back to the area that we were busy designing. I always love going away, then coming back, and then, you know, you look at that area and then you get that inspiration of, oh yeah, I know what's going to be here, and I know what's going to be there. And I actually don't. I think we keep it plain and simple, and I might put here, because I did it earlier, I jumped straight across there, where that's the whole point of the bridge. Tricky. Look, it is a bit tricky. We need something tall here, but yeah, that is, it's tricky because of the shape of the way that it's designed. So it is tricksy. So I may put some flowers there, but I do like the thought of her having her little green pumpkins there, so let's try that. Let's get some green pumpkins. And I love the way that these, I think these are green mums, I'm not entirely sure, but I love the way that they are just, they're not blooming there, and we may have to put them in there. So that's, I might do the pumpkin patch this side. It is a green mum, but that colour, oh, I love green mums, but I didn't want them on this island. But that, just as it is, looks lovely. So I may have to have it, but I'll have to keep on pulling the heads off every time I play the game. But as it is, it looks really nice. It really goes well with what I'm trying to create. So we've got 2 pumpkins there. So if we have a pumpkin there, I'm going to need to put I want to kind of break that path up, because it's just so in your face, isn't it, as you're coming along there. I don't think that, unless I have the orange path, the orange fence, because that is, I need to come away and then come back. I know what would look nice there is what I normally have for the ducks is the little mushroom platform, and I normally put a little mushroom platform just to give a bit of colour, so I'm going to try that. Let's walk away from it and then come back to it. And I'll also get some more of the orange fence so that we can add that as well. Let's have a look. Get something out. So we want the fence, the orange fence that I've used anyway. Orange fence. I mean, even that fence would look, but we can't have too many fences, different colour fences in that. Let's have that. And then we need I love these. These are my favourite items also. I really like them a lot. And I love these leaf stalls as well. And it's not the right green. This green would be great to use for outside the house with lollies. What was I looking for? Let's not get distracted. And I really love these round pillows as well. Love using them. Well, there's lots of things that I love, but I can't use everything in that area. I do love this wooden mini table, and that would look good because we've, yeah, I'm going to take it anyway. Let's have a try. And I'm not sure if this will work there. And we are looking for the mushroom platforms, aren't we? Take one of these as well. I think I'm going to run out of space. This happens, so I come in looking for one particular thing, and then I end up taking everything out and filling up the space and not being able to collect what I originally went in there in the first place. Let's have a look. Where are the mushrooms? Oh, look at this lovely green. I bet you I can't use it. Platforms, where are they? Oh, here they are. Yep, got it. Okay, that was lucky. How many spaces do we have? Ooh, 2. So let's have a look. So first of all, we've got to, I'm just going to take away this stone path and then add the other wooden one first. See which one's better. Yeah, I think this one, because it breaks up that path and it goes with the little columns there on the house, the same colouring. So yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to try putting this mushroom wherever it is. I just want something. There's a big space there, so there's a big space. You need to put it over, and I want it right over there on the side. So we either put it down now. That's roughly where I want it to be, because I just want a little bit of colour and a little bit of interest in that corner. And maybe it's such a weird shape there at the end, so because I won't be able to put anything here, so I'm just trying to, maybe I'd put that stone path. I think we tried it before and it wouldn't go right the way to the end, would it? Not the stone path. Why do I keep saying that? No, that looks better. And then maybe put a duck on the edge there. You can't really see it because as you come over here, you can see a tiny bit of it. And when you come over this way, you can only see a tiny bit of it, so. But it's just a pop of colour that you need something in that corner. I may not use it, but I'm going to keep it there for a minute because we're still going to be building designing in this area, I should say. Right, what have we got here to make? I think I've got some little tracks there, because we want to make this look like it's a little gardening area, and what I might do is actually put a little spade there so it looks like a little gardening area. Let's go and do that. And we either want a green spade or a brown spade. Does she need, because I've got a wooden storage and this will help me going to and fro if I put it out. Maybe if I could fit it in there. No, it will not fit in that space. I don't know why I'm attempting it again. Yes, it does fit. Is it the right colouring? Not really, is it? And now when I go, it's not really the right colouring. Right, I know what to do. Let's change it. In this bit so that I don't have to go through hundreds of items to get to it. This colouring would be better. Move to pockets, and we wanted the spade, didn't we? We need the spade. So I have got an addiction to spades because I go through so many of them when you're designing. So I just make sure that I've got lots of them in different colours. So we have got green, but we've got the flimsy shovel. Or we have got the green, or we've got this colour, so we're going to try those. Oh, there it is. Hopefully this is the one. No, it's the same one. So it must be that one because it was there before, wasn't it? Better, isn't it? It's the better colour for that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then we've got this, and then I'm going to put the shovel. Let's try it out. We want the flimsy shovel first. Place item. No, that just looks odd there. Doesn't look too bad there, but I would have preferred it if it was standing up. So we had the triangular triangular topiary. If I put that there, and then I can, of course it's not going to go there. And then because I want it to look like it was resting against something. Put away. Place item. Yeah, still not going to go right. Let's stand here and put it. In a moment we'll get it right. that's what I wanted it to look like. So it looks like that I've just dug up all that ready to put something else in. That's what I wanted it to look like. So this area so far is really coming along well, but it still looks, for me, it still looks empty. I'm not really sure if that looks right, but let's put some things away because we don't need those. I'm not going to use that outdoor kitchen now. And we want another duck because it's right by the sea, it's got a stream, so I don't see any reason why we can't get another one out, because it's going to have wildlife around here. Let's have a look at these boxes. I mean, I'd love these bottles, but I don't, they look like, you know, alcohol bottles, so I don't like really using them. I mean, this one looks, it does look like an apple juice. Love these lanterns as well. Might take one of those, might use it. Got a bucket. Could use that, I'm not entirely sure. Could use the planter. But we do need, love the green also here with the canister, but we haven't really got anything that would be using that for. And a different colour duck, that's what we was looking for, wasn't it? So let's go and see, let's place that duck up there first. See, that's why I like those. I've always used them for that reason. And what else did we get? Did we say we had? Oh, we had the little plant pot. So we could put the little plant pot on here. It doesn't really want to go in that space. And we've got the wooden bucket, which we could put there. But that looks really full now. So I may put the bucket this side. It's quite big, that bucket. I think it's going to be bigger than the fence. And it won't push up right the way there. But it does look good there. Yeah, I like that area quite a lot. So I'm going to put a flower in this space here, I think, by the washing line. What other flowers have we got over there? The hyacinth, I think, will go well. Just to give it a bit more colour. And I think we need something here. So we definitely need a design here, because otherwise that flower is going to spread. So we need really see that other viney bit there, which I really like. So we need another design here. I don't mind being brave and putting that there to make it look a bit woody area there. I need a little, try the stone, this one here, because it's leading in there. Maybe we need to put a design there, because otherwise the hyacinth's going to spread over there. So let's try these. Oh no, let's try these. They're very dainty, but which is what I think is needed in this area. And then we're going to put another design code here, but it's going to be, I think that's the same code, isn't it? No, not quite. That's there. I need a design code here, because otherwise those mums are going to spread everywhere. Is this going to be too bright there? No, I quite like it. And there again. Yeah, that area's come along quite well. I've still got this part to do, which you can't see, and I still haven't decided whether I take some of that cliff off so that it's got a more rounded, like, kind of way to it as it comes up, but I won't be able to add any trees. So this part here needs a little bit of a dirt path running up to it. Yeah, I really like it. I'm really pleased with it. When I originally put that Lolly's house there, I just didn't know how I was going to use that space. But I think that tiling goes really well underneath. I'm going to need a design code here, because otherwise those tulips are going to spread. Look at this lovely pattern that I found yesterday. I really love that as well. Oh, we could use this, couldn't we? Not there though. Even though it does go there underneath the trees. I think we add a little bit more flower kind of space there, because we are lacking some flowers, but we don't want to overwhelm that area, so we've got to imagine that there are flowers there. That's better. So let's come across this way and see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm happy with that area. Looked totally different, doesn't it? So from when we started it, it looked a bit of a mess, to be honest. But even with this part here, I really like that as well. I don't think it took that long to create it, so I'm really pleased with that. And that tree standee, just it, yeah, you know that it's not a real tree, but it still fits really nicely at the back. Well, I hope Lolly's happy with it because, yeah, I like that area a lot. I'm really happy with it. So that's another area we completed today. So I wasn't expecting to complete that as quickly as what we did. Did I show you the area over here by the residential services? I don't think I have because I was going to make a video on it separately. So this is the area that I've created over by residential services. I think the lost book fits so well. I've maybe got too many windflowers here, and I've created this little area just behind residential services, and I again, you know, I love a bit of red tartan there, and I really liked that. And when you get to this time of year, if you time travel, I love the fact that residential services puts it because it's near Turkey Day, and they put these leaves as a banner outside. That all fits really well. So yeah, I like this area. I don't think I showed it to you before. I've got this lovely flower print here. It's really bold and in your face, and if you use it more than once, like I have here, but it still looks really good. I need to buy some flowers off you in a minute, Leaf, if you've got any white ones, because I'm not using white roses, I'm only using the tulips, the hyacinths and the cosmos. I've seen Marshall up this area so many times, but he doesn't go in his own area, and there's no way, Marshall, that you are leaving this island. No way. Oh dear. Yes, so the next area I think we've got to design is, it will be this area, and I've got this bit here, and then I've got to start doing something here because this bit here looks a mess. I have to say it looks a mess. It's not what I envisioned it to be. So I think then my next stream, which I'll start in a little while, probably about an hour's time, we're going to start changing this up a bit and this area and try and fill in this area. And I'm going to actually use the beach as part of growing some of the vegetables and things to make it more farmy. So I'll see you back in about an hour's time if you want to continue joining me, and have a lovely Sunday. Take care of yourselves, and I'll be back in